What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA, and yeah, you see that headline right there, don't you? You see that headline right there, and guess what? I'm not surprised, right? Not even a little bit, man. Velma Season 2 reportedly confirmed at HBO Max, despite the backlash. Man, it's like, come on, we already know, right? This is what we have come to expect from woke Hollywood. They don't care, right? They don't care that this thing is sitting at 7% on Rotten Tomatoes. They don't care about that. All right, that's not what their concern is, all right? They don't care about the fans. They don't care about entertainment, all right? This is about checking boxes. Like all of these studios, whether you're talking about Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount, you name it, okay? They all have some sort of an ESG initiative, okay? They all have like a DEI standard that they have to adhere to. Like, let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, this is Warner Brothers' little investor relations page, right? And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you get to what? Environmental, social, and governance. At Warner Brothers Discovery, we strive to be the global leader in media and entertainment, serving audiences and consumers around the world with content that informs, entertains, and, when we are at our best, inspires. I kind of think these two words are kind of backwards, right? Like, when we are at our best, it should be we entertain people when we're at our best, since we're an entertainment company, right? We're not an inspirational company. We're not an information company. We are an entertainment company, all right? And they should say when we're at our best, we're entertaining the hell out of you guys. Over the next several weeks and months, the Warner Brothers Discovery leadership team will review and assess our ESG approach and identify the best opportunities to help protect the environment, respect human rights, and positively impact local communities while supporting our employees through inclusivity and diversity in our businesses and through our what? Storytelling. You see, again, that's the initiative that I'm talking about. This thing checks all the right boxes. It makes all the right moves. It has all the right people involved. All right. So they don't care that this thing is absolutely falling flat on its face and getting absolutely wrecked and destroyed by everybody out there. OK, they'll let this thing roll out for another 6 or 7 seasons as long as it continues to follow this. Remember, Mindy Kaling has done this before, right? She's just made bad show after bad show after bad show, and she keeps getting another opportunity to make another bad show. Why? Because she checks all the right little boxes. Woman of color, progressive as hell, okay? She checks every single box that you need to check. Remember, I talked about that on the last video, right? Where she just keeps getting all of these opportunities, and this is the reason why, because of stuff like this. So yeah, it looks like she's going to get another season 2 of this rat turd. But let's go ahead and read and see what they're talking about. Velma Season 2 has reportedly been confirmed at HBO Max despite the recent backlash against the Scooby-Doo animated series. And it does say reportedly, so I guess there's a possibility that this isn't true. But that's what the reports are saying. But do not be surprised if we get another season 2 of this nonsense. Despite its controversy mired Season 1 premiere, the Scooby-Doo spin-off series Velma has been renewed for a Season 2. Velma is an animated comedy series set before the Scooby-Doo gang's adventure in solving mysteries. The show is focused on the titular member of the group, Velma Dinkley, Mindy Kaling, and her life in high school with Shaggy, Daphne, and blah, blah, blah. Without the iconic talking dog Scooby-Doo in the show, Velma comedy leans heavily towards adult humor, making it a very different venture from many of the previous Scooby-Doo stories. Yeah, and a lot of people are very upset about that. They say that, man, you know, adult humor really doesn't belong in this kid's cartoon. You're taking this kid's cartoon that was wholesome, that was fun, full of adventure, and you're turning it into this adult nonsense, all right? 15-year-olds talking about sex and sexual relationships, and it's like, what the hell's going on here? Again, this is kind of the content that we're used to from progressives, right? All right, that they love taking something that's for little children or something where people just, hey, man, it's just innocent fun. Let's have a good time with it. If you want to do some adaptation of it, fine. But they just like to over-sexualize everything, okay? Because in their heads, I guess that's humor or that's content that's entertaining, okay? That's what their lives revolve around is sex, sex, sex. So because their lives revolve around sex, this show is going to revolve around sex. Absolutely ridiculous. So according to the Entertainment Identifier Registry, Velma Season 2 is in the works at Warner Brothers and HBO Max. The registry shows Velma Season 2 on its own and a list of 11 episodes. I can't get past 1 episode, and they're about to put another 11 episodes in this. I think this first season has 9. Man, it's just amazing that these guys simply cannot read the room. But again, like I just showed you, they don't care as long as it's checking boxes. The news comes just a couple of days after the premiere of episodes 1 and 2 on HBO Max. In the days since the R-rated Scooby-Doo spinoff's initial release, some viewers have mounted a review bombing effort review bombing effort. It's people making their honest reviews and saying the show sucks, okay? The show just straight up sucks. A review bombing effort against it on Rotten Tomatoes. Currently, the popular critic and audience review website's audience score is at an unreasonably low 7% fresh rating with 2,410 audience reviews compared to its 53% rating among 19 critic reviews. Yeah, I think like this is the unreasonable rating right here, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, like unreasonably low. This thing is unreasonably high. Like, I don't understand anybody that even enjoys this crap. But after all, this is Screen Rant. Why Velma is panned by audiences? Because it's bullshit. But let's go ahead and read what they say. It says, critic reviews for Velma have been split, with positive reviews often commending some of the comedic moments. What comedic moments? And most negative reviews pointing to issues with the show's actual story. I mean, there's so much wrong with this show, man. There's so much wrong with the show. The comedy is non-existent. You know, besides all the race swaps and everything, like I said, if you do race swaps, but you still turn out an entertaining show, most folks will forgive you. They'll say, hey, the race swapping was unnecessary and it's just showing that you're trying to check some boxes and you're trying to do some woke bullshit. But hey, at least you told us a good story. All right, cool. You know, most people will forgive you and go ahead and just rate the show appropriately. Even though we think the race swapping and the colorizing, the blackwashing and all of that kind of stuff is stupid. It's ignorant, it's racist on its face, to be very honest with you. But we will still say, all right, if the show is entertaining, most people, not everybody, but most people will still give it a fair, honest score. The 7% on this shows you exactly what people think, all right? Because there's far more people on the woke side of things. Remember, we saw that again on that last video, all right? That people on both sides, regardless of what side you're on, people on both sides are destroying this thing. It doesn't get down to 7% unless you just have an overwhelming amount of people saying this is trash. Among audiences, though, reviews have been overwhelmingly negative. Some Scooby-Doo fans had concerns about Velma when the adult nature of the show was revealed, but Velma series also had to weather a storm of criticism from extremely toxic and sometimes hateful reviews since the show's release. That has included the show being review bombed with negative ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, blah, blah, blah. There's been plenty of valid criticism of the show. I think all of it's valid, to be quite honest with you. All the criticism is valid, all right? But most of the negativity surrounding it has been in very bad faith. Yeah, again, this is Screen Rant, folks. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. Screen Rant is just completely lost up their own ass. They always are. The toxic review bombing was a response to the show's race-blind casting, specifically with Velma being of Asian descent in the new series, as Kaling is in real life. While most Scooby-Doo fans understood and even applauded the decision, I don't know anybody that applauded that. Go look at my video and read the comments on that original video. I'll link it above so you can check it out. Go watch that video and see all of the comments that came on that thing. Nobody thought that this was a good idea. It still led to a substantial level of racist backlash to Velma from toxic individuals and groups. The review bombing campaign has cast an unfortunate shadow of negativity over the show. It's again, man, these guys are so, like, the idea that the review bombing, right, has cast an unfortunate shadow over the show, and not the show. No, it's not the show. It's not the show at all. It's the review bombing that's making this thing negative, okay? They will never ever admit that this is the issue with this damn show, is that the show is trash. 7%, nothing gets down that low in Rotten Tomatoes, okay? I don't even think Willow got that bad, all right? I think at one point Willow was in the 20s. Willow didn't even get that bad. And this thing is down in the single digits after just a couple of days? It has nothing to do with the show, though. No, the show is great. Despite that backlash, the series has performed very well for the streamer, becoming the most watched HBO Max animated original series on the day of its premiere. Yeah, this was the little tweet that they put out. Yeah, Meddling Season is going according to plan, I see. And they had this nice little tweet. Yeah, let's see what people actually had to say about that. Yeah, so then you start reading through this thing, and the first comment says, "What makes you think I'm going to watch the most racist series of the year?" Bingo, man. This thing is trash. And yes, indeed, it is racist, okay? Despite the fact that these guys are saying that all of these racists are coming out and review bombing it, okay? I haven't seen the second episode, but I have seen that one clip where they're talking about Fred and they're just putting him absolutely down. They're putting down white people, okay? They're completely coming out of there with just racial comments about white people, all right? And that's perfectly fine. Unbelievable that they would even think they could get away with something like that. So when's the announcement it's being canceled? Can't wait. Yeah, man, it looked like it's getting a season 2. I cannot wait to see this show tank. HBO, you have created a grotesque reimagining of a timeless classic, burning the image to ash, man. The show is terrible. Yep. Look, like this kind of sums it up, right? Already existing popular franchise, talentless people justifying changes with made for modern audiences. Yeah, like the idea that they're going to take Scooby-Doo. They're going to take this franchise and then try to update it for a modern audience by putting all kind of woke crap in it, okay? But again, it goes back to what I was showing you guys about that ESG nonsense, the DEI initiatives. Every company has one. So every company has to have some sort of a Velma out there. They got to have their own Velma show, all right? We saw Disney. Disney went all the way to the wall with it, okay? They pushed every part of that DEI initiative in 2022, didn't they? All this stuff with Strange World, with Lightyear, okay? They're going to push that all the way, pedal to the metal with it, all right? And you got Little Mermaid coming up, blackwashed Little Mermaid coming up this year. Every company has to do this, all right? In order to get their little money from these big major institutions that demand that crap. So that's why this stuff isn't really going to go away. No wonder Warner Brothers is broke. Totally ruined a great show from my childhood. Nope, so happy my household doesn't subscribe to HBO Max. You have ruined Scooby-Doo. This is your plan? Yeah, 8% audience score. Now it's at 7. Again, these guys aren't interested in actually telling good stories. These guys aren't interested in actually entertaining us. These guys aren't interested in doing anything but keeping the DEI and the ESG initiatives on point. And the thing about it is, those initiatives won't ever work, all right? Especially when it comes to entertainment. Maybe not at all, but definitely when it comes to entertainment. Why? Because entertainment is about merit, all right? It's a meritocracy. It's meritocratic, all right? Either I am entertained or I am not entertained, to quote Russell Crowe from Gladiator. And your brain can spot bad entertainment. It can spot bad storytelling, all right? Like you turn on the show, it's like something's not right here, even though you can't put your finger on it. Your brain can put its finger on it and says, nah, this is some trashy shit. What are we watching? What do you turn the TV off, right? And shows like Velma, right? They kind of go against the grain of why you turned on the television in the first place. All right, you didn't turn on the television to get preached at. You didn't turn on the television to get sloppy, badly written, unfunny shows. You turned that television on because you were looking for entertainment. If you were looking for news, if you were looking for some seminar, you would go to, particular channels. But if you're looking to be entertained and you come to HBO Max and this thing is just insulting your intelligence, it's like, what that? Let me get on Rotten Tomatoes and let me just type up my whole review because this is absolute dog shit. And I mean, that's the reaction. Despite there being a great deal of unwarranted hate surrounding the show, many reviewers are excited to continue the new Scooby-Doo story, which has been made clear through its early strong. I think this early strong viewership that they're talking about right here, I think this is all due to people just have some morbid curiosity. I got to see this thing. It can't be as bad as everybody is saying. Damn, 7%? Whoa, I got to check this out. This can't be that bad. And then they watch like 5 minutes of it and they're like, holy, wow, this is whoa, I couldn't believe it. It's everything people are saying it is. While there isn't any other new information about Velma Season 2, there appears to be a lot of confidence in the show from its creators and Warner Brothers. And given that the series has only streamed 2 episodes, I don't think this thing is going to get much better down the line, okay? I don't know what else is in store for us, each week when we come back, but I don't expect it to get any better, okay? I think this thing is going to just continue to tank. I'm curious if it can get lower than 7%. That's what I want to know. I want to see if it could go even under that, like down to 5 or 4%, you know what I mean? Because it is really that terrible. But anyway, folks, what do you think about a Velma Season 2? Are you excited? Are you ready? I know I am. Man, as long as this thing is out, I am ready to have a great time roasting this show. And anyway, go ahead, jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and your opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.